Can you hear my neighbor's music? I can fucking hear it. Okay, so today I came across this page on WindowsCentral.com about the latest and greatest Windows 10 build 10547. Everything you need to know. Awesome! Because Microsoft doesn't tell us what's in their updates anymore. So we have to rely on third-party sites and internet trolls to figure this stuff out for us. Isn't that great? Yeah. So Microsoft, why have you decided to stop telling us about what you put in these updates? Wouldn't have anything to do with any government spying agency agreement that you were forced into, would it? Yeah, okay. So I'm running Windows 10 Insider Preview builds in a virtual machine. Because as far as I'm concerned, Windows 10 is not going to be on my actual hardware. Nope. Sorry, not going to do it. Windows 10 rubs me the wrong way in several different ways. No. I'm actually experimenting with Linux on a laptop, as well as I've got a couple of virtual machines for Linux to play around with too. So eventually, if when Windows 7 support comes to the end of its life, I'm going to be on Linux. Sorry, Microsoft, you lost me. So back to the article here. So I'm looking over this article. I'm not really seeing anything impressive. But I decided to have a poke around in the actual virtual machine to see what I could find. So one of the first things they go over in this article is the new start menu. And I was reading this. Nothing really impressed me. Then I went over into Windows here to actually check out the start menu and see what was different. And the first thing that I noticed was it reset all of my tiles. These tiles used to be small, tiny. Wait, is it small or tiny? Yeah, they're small. They used to be small because I used to not have the text on them. But I'm not going to make them small again because I actually kind of like having the text here. I don't like how much space this takes up just so I can have text, but whatever. The update also got rid of my groups, so I'm probably not going to continue grouping things. But for now, I restored my group. The other thing I noticed while I'm messing around here, I can only do small and medium for these tiles that I put on here, which are basically shortcuts to things that I want in my start menu on the right-hand side. Now, this Get Started tile, this is the only default tile that I've kept in my start menu. And I noticed that this one can actually go wide and large. Why the Getting Started one needs to have this capability, I don't know. It's not actually a live tile, but I can actually turn live tile off. Yeah, so I mean this Get Started thing, this has no functionality as a live tile, it's just a normal tile. So in my mind it's no different than the tiles that I put here. So why does it have different options? Why does it have different options than these here? Okay, Microsoft. We'll make that one small. Because I'm never going to click on that. I've already checked out that thing. Whatever. Right, so the article is just talking about how you can fit up to 4 medium-sized or 2 large live tiles per group. You know, it's basically talking about how you can get more tiles in. You can add a 4th column, I guess, now. Nothing that I actually cared about. So I actually went into the settings here and started looking around a little bit. This Win plus G to open game bar comes up all the time, and I'm not playing a game. And rather than click "Don't show this again," I just close it every time and ignore it and move on. Anyway, because I don't use Windows 10 a whole lot. I just have it to play around on and see what they're doing, to see if they ever actually do anything to change my mind to actually upgrade to it. Right, so I came into the start menu to look around at the settings and match up what I'm seeing on the website in my actual virtual machine here. And the thing that I noticed down here was choose which folders appear on start. And I found that to be intriguing because I don't remember this setting before. When did they add this? Maybe they didn't add it in 10547, but it's new to me. So I came in here and I was like, ooh, wow, this is kind of neat. So I immediately turned all of these on. So now I've got all these folders turned on to appear on Start. And look at that. You've got all of these folders in your Start menu if you want them. So this is kind of a good move, Microsoft, I think. You kind of still don't get it, though. So what if I don't want documents up here at the top? What if I want documents down? Oh, yeah, fuck you. You can't do that. Alright, what if I want documents to be over here on the right? Oh, fuck you. You can't do that. So while it looks like Microsoft took a baby step in the right direction, it's a baby step. It's not anything that's convincing me to move to Windows 10 from 7. Home group is not even functional on this virtual machine. And I decided that this personal folder is the only one that I want to keep in the Start menu, because really I have access to everything that I want here in the personal folder. I don't know if you can hear the sirens, but they annoy me. Okay, so that's enough with the Start menu. I think I've covered everything that I noticed in the Start menu that was new. So here's another thing that the article points out are the new icons available in build 10547. I'm not crazy about this whole flat, modern, Metro design thing that's going on from Microsoft right now. Now, a lot of the changes that I've seen Google making in the last year with regards to flat design, Google's changes don't bother me as much as Microsoft's do. I don't know why it is exactly, but basically when flat design goes wrong in my eyes, it looks like something your cousin in kindergarten created. For instance, the Start menu with these tiles. This looks awful to me. There's no way I can get away from it. I can't just ignore it. Every time I open the Start menu in Windows 10 and see these big square tiles with tiny icons in them, it bothers me to no end. It looks amateurish. I don't know how else to put it. You know, maybe if the actual icons scaled up to match the size of the tile a little bit. I can't even make these bigger than medium, so. But this one here, if we make this one large, the icon scales up a little bit, but not enough. If someone wants a big tile because they're having trouble seeing it, I'm just thinking maybe the icon inside the tile should take up more space. And you know what? If you're going to have text here, maybe you should make the text larger when you make the square larger too. I mean, these are just basic design things, in my opinion. I don't understand. Why would you keep the text tiny and keep the icons really small? But anyway, this is the path that Microsoft is going down, and this is one of the many things that turns me off to Windows 10. Control panel icons. Let's just search. Oh, what? Because I clicked somewhere in the Start menu, I can't. Well, there it goes. Control panel. Let's see, devices and printers. So these are the icons that the article specifically called out. So let's compare these to the Windows 7 icons. This was one of the changes that I actually really liked in Windows 7. And maybe it actually came through in Vista, but I never actually used Vista, so I didn't notice if it was in Vista as well. But these realistic looking icons, I really liked this idea that, you know, if I'm looking for a physical device in my control panel window, the icon for it's going to look somewhat like that physical device. Now, I thought that I was able to change these icons to actually any image that I wanted, but it's not as simple as right-clicking and changing the icon. I'm sure that there's a way that I can take a picture of my actual device and use that as the image in my control panel if I really wanted to. Let me grab my old mouse. Let's see what it shows up as here. See if it shows up as looking what it actually looks like. Yes! Here's my old Logitech 518. And I don't know if I purposely made this a custom image or not. I may have done that, but I don't remember how to do it, so that's not the point of this video. The point is the whole flat design thing. You know, the more they flatten these things out, the less realistic they're going to end up looking, and that's disappointing to me, honestly. There's no way around it. For instance, if we go down here, these unspecified things, you can see the difference in style. I mean, it's not so bad down here for these unspecified devices because they don't actually look like a real device. I mean, they're doing okay as far as flattening these things and still keeping them looking somewhat realistic. But I really liked the more realistic style of icons in the control panel for your hardware devices. Next item, the context menus. So yeah, they've done some more updating of the context menus, and this is getting on my nerves as well. The issue with the context menus in Windows 10, we gotta see, where's the address bar? Where's the address bar edge? Oh, it's up here, isn't it? Yeah, you have to click there and they hide it from you. Right. So when you right click in Edge and some other probably modern applications that I don't ever use, the context menus were looking quite a bit different than they do within the standard Windows interface. Like if you right clicked over here on the desktop. The right-click menus of the desktop looked a little bit more like Windows 7 did than they do now. And mainly the difference that I'm thinking of here is the extra padding on each of these items on the top and the bottom. Now the problem I have with this is it's going to make your right-click context menus on the desktop and in Windows Explorer a lot taller than they really need to be, which could be a pain for you if you're using a small screen or a low screen with a low vertical resolution. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 items here in the Windows 10 right-click menu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right here at Get GUI, that's about how tall this menu should be over on Windows 10. I'm using a desktop with a mouse. This is a high precision pointing device, this mouse. I'm not using my finger on a touchscreen that's kind of sloppy. So I don't need this extra padding at the top and the bottom of all these right-click menus. How big will my actual right-click menu be in Windows 10? So, just as a real quick and dirty example of how tall my Windows 7 right-click menu would be in this Windows 10 virtual machine, the desktop resolution of this virtual machine is 1440 by 900, so that's 900 pixels tall. So my right-click menu, if I was restricted to this 1440 by 900 space, would be just about off the screen. If you wanted to make them consistent, you should have removed some of the padding in the modern applications menus. Apparently they've made some changes to the control panel in build 10547. Yay! So the changes that they're pointing out in the article is that it looks like they've brought back these options on the left. Yay! So let's right click, go to personalize, and yeah, we're not there yet. Let's go away. How is shuffle off if I'm telling it to change pictures? What? Yeah. We're looking for the personalization, and I don't want to cheat by just searching for it in the start menu. So is it under themes? Maybe it's under theme settings? Oh yes, if you're looking for personalization, theme settings is what you obviously want to click on. Good job, Microsoft. Okay, so apparently these links on the left here are new or brought back. But something that's still missing from here is the goddamn classic theme. What's the classic theme, you ask? Well, maybe you didn't ask, but I'm going to show you anyway. So if you right-click Personalize in good old Windows 7 here, it brings you right to the personalization that I want. And look, we've got these basic and high contrast themes down here. There's a Windows 7 basic theme and a Windows Classic theme. Isn't that interesting? They've completely removed these from Windows 10, and I don't understand why, and it's just annoying to me. There are times when I want this classic theme. There are specific situations to where I want a classic theme. You know, maybe I've got a crappy old video card in the computer. I want the classic theme because I don't want Arrow and all the other fluffy nonsense that the user interface has. So I can just click on Windows Classic, and you'll see what we get here. Alright, now after several seconds of agonizing waiting, we finally have our Windows Classic theme, just in case you're not sure what it looks like. But there's no transparency to the windows, none of the nonsense. You know, if you've got a $10 video card in your computer and you're running Windows 7, you probably might be interested in the Windows Classic theme, or maybe the Windows 7 Basic theme. I like a tabbed interface in my Windows Explorer, and it's really, really, really unfortunate and just terrible that Microsoft didn't give us a tabbed Explorer interface with Windows 8 or Windows 10. Start menu. You're going to have these folders where Microsoft wants them, and that's that. Okay, looks like there's some updates in the privacy area of settings. So let's go ahead and check that out. You know what? I don't want to go to personalize. I've got settings in my start menu now, so why does that always come up, Microsoft? I'm not running a game. You know, well, let's close this. Let's open settings again. Bam! Press WinG to open the game bar. Are the settings of my computer a game to you, Microsoft? What's... Anyway, privacy. Where is privacy? Right there. Awesome. Yeah. So apparently you've got some more fine-grained controls in here now. And they specifically went to the email. Let apps access and send email. Why would I do that? Let's turn that crap off. I don't understand. You know, you crazy kids letting your computer and your programs do everything for you automatically. You're headed down a road that's gonna hurt you eventually. Turn this crap off. I don't even care what the privacy statement is. No, apps can't access or send my email. Call history. Call history? Why would my computer even have my call history? I don't understand. What? Oh, we'll turn that crap off too. What else is in here? Yeah, I don't ever write, so I don't need that on. I'm never going to use the Windows Store app. I don't even... Is this the store icon? No, that's Task View. I removed the store icon from my taskbar because I don't think I'll ever actually use it, and if I do need to use it, I can just search for it. Let websites provide locally relevant content by accessing my language list. No. If a website really needs to access my language list to know that I speak English, that's going to be funny, so let's turn that off. Manage my Microsoft advertising and other personalization info. Yeah, this one here, this is why I think I'm never moving on to Windows 10. I don't want to be advertised at the operating system level, I'm sorry. And I'm not even signed in, so yeah, I'm not going to mess with the settings. I've already disabled all that crap. Location for this device is off, as it should be. Apps that can use your location, they're all turned off. Yay! More creepiness. Let apps use my camera. Let's turn that shit off. Not that I even have a camera. Not on this virtual machine. Let's turn those all off and then turn this one off. Just because it makes me feel better, even though I know that changing these settings doesn't matter. I know this. Microsoft has already proved to us that changing these settings doesn't matter. If they want to turn something on, they're going to turn it on. Turn all these off because I don't have a microphone hooked up to the virtual machine, and I probably never will. Even if I did have a microphone hooked up on the virtual machine, I don't think I would want all this stuff turned on. Get to know me. No. No. The way you get to know me is by how I toggle my settings here, Microsoft. Sorry. Account info. Let apps access my name, picture, and other account. That's just creepy. No. Contacts. Choose apps that can access contacts. I'm never going to have contacts on this virtual machine, but I'll turn these off anyway. Let apps access my calendar. I don't use Microsoft Calendar, so yeah, that probably wouldn't be a benefit to me. Messaging. Let apps read or send messages. Oh, that sounds like a really good idea, doesn't it? Say you got a Domino's Pizza app and it just decides to, send text messages to your friends and your contacts because you let your apps see everything? Is that the way this works? Yeah, let's turn that off. Radios. I don't have radios on this virtual machine, so. Other devices. Oh, it's searching. Sync with devices. I don't have a tablet or phone that really applies here. Beacons. Are beacons one of those Internet of Things things? Anyway, yeah, this stuff wouldn't be of benefit to me. A phone companion. It would be nice if I could actually click on this icon here and start phone companion, but or give me some more information when I hover the mouse over it. I guess that's old school. That has no place in this whole modern flat design trend. You can't have nice little informational tooltips on things when you pause your cursor over an icon or some text. Basically, this Windows 10 operating system, it's a big failing mark when it comes to 508 compliance. Perhaps they'll prove me wrong eventually on that one. The 508. Feedback and diagnostics. That's funny that I can't even change this. It would be nice if this text here, you can't even click and drag to select text in this stuff. You probably couldn't do that in Windows 7 either, but still, that would have been a nice step forward if you could actually select the text in here to copy it, paste it for whatever reason. But yeah, it would be nice if I clicked on this Windows Insider program manages this option, if I could click on that and actually go to the settings where I could change this option if that's what I wanted to do. Background apps. What's in here? Let apps run in the background. Look at all this crap that's turned on. Wow. Well, at least they give me the nice placebo of being able to turn these off. Alright, now all that crap is turned off. Is there anything I actually might want to be turned on? Phone companion, people, Microsoft Edge. What? Does that mean if I click it to another window it'll close? No, so that's not what they mean by background. Why would Edge need to run in the background? I'm confused. Microsoft Edge is not something that should be running in the background. I don't understand. Speaking of Edge, I love how they hide that web address bar. Let's go to a real web page because fuck Microsoft. So when whoa, wait. I think Inspect Element and View Source are new. Huh. Well, this is nice. The last time I really played around in Edge, it was not developer friendly at all, so this is a nice surprise. Of course, the screen is really too small for me to be comfortable. So how do I... So we're in a debugger. How about DOM Explorer? I think that's what I want. Inspect Element. Why is it not? It looks like they're trying to make their developer tool more like it is in Chrome. Let's close that. Right click, Inspect Element. That is not working the way it should, Microsoft. Let's go to another website that's still kind of simple. Right click, Can't right click while it's loading. Inspect element. Yeah. This isn't working, Microsoft. This should jump to the element that I wanted to inspect. What's going on here? What if I select some text and then do it? Nope. It's still not going to jump to the element that I wanted to inspect. Okay, Microsoft. This web browser is still not really ready for web development. I mean, compared to Firefox and Chrome. Again, looks like they're taking baby steps, but boy, this stuff's really taking forever, Microsoft. You're not winning over new people with baby steps like that. You need to get it done. Apparently, they've got media source extensions in Edge now. I haven't actually tried YouTube in Edge yet, so let's see what happens there. Apparently, I suck at typing. It's a decent error page, though. Oh, and you opened it in a new tab? Really? So, what's on YouTube? Where's some Taylor? Give me some Taylor Swift. Let's go ahead and we'll play it. I'm going to mute it. That's the HTML5 player. It's not Flash, so that's good. Still the HTML5 player. Okay, let's try About Flags. This is new. Microsoft didn't used to have About settings pages like this. This is new to me. Oh, there's some interesting options in here. Document element? What is this document element, and why is it all one word? Media source extensions enable VP9. You need to restart your browser. Okay. What? That's not what I want. YouTube, you're terrible. Actually, that was Edge that did that. That's not YouTube. I'm sorry. Swift? Really? Okay, here we go. It's higher up on the page this time. It probably remembers that I clicked on it last time. Still HTML5. What? That's not what I wanted. Stats for nerds. It is actually using the VP9 codec now. That's interesting. Is it paused? Why did it pause? Did I accidentally click pause? I honestly don't know anything about the advantages of VP9 versus MP4, H.264, or whatever. VP9 is, I guess, open source, so... Open source in Windows 10, yay! Yeah, if you're using Windows 10, I don't think you care a whole lot about open source. But, it's a good move, Microsoft. And it looks like Time Warner's not going to let me play Taylor Swift anyway. Yeah, look at that, a blazing 500 kilobits a second from YouTube. Thanks, Microsoft. Let's do a speed test. Come on, I typed that. Oh, look at that. If I go into a speed test, my speed looks okay. But if I try and play a YouTube video, I only get 500 kilobits. Yeah. Yeah, fuck you, Time Warner. I think that's going to do it for this video. I just made it out of being a little bit frustrated over the start menu changes. It's a baby steps in the right direction to let us bring some of these folders back into the start menu, like our documents and pictures. But it's still just a baby step because I can't put these folders anywhere I want them. I can't put them on the right if I want them on the right. Maybe I don't want these things to take space away from my most used applications list. But then even if I could put them on the right here, I don't want them to be tiles either. I would want them to still remain just these simple, list item type things. I highly recommend letting Windows 10 change your colors to whatever it finds in the picture. Where is that setting? Look, it just changed again. The picture didn't even change and it decided to change. This is great. I love it. Whereas colors, automatically pick an accent color from my background. Make sure that's turned on. Because really, if you want to be able to truly appreciate how awesome the Windows 10 flat modern UI design is, this is the best way to do it. Let Microsoft do things automatically for you when it comes to design. Because Microsoft's never going to bring back the options where you can actually customize this stuff to your liking. And that's sad. And that's why I'm moving to Linux.